The Great Indian Desert. The Western Desert is a large, dry region in the northwestern part of Indian subcontinent. It is also known as the Great Indian Desert or the Thar Desert. The Great Indian Desert. The Western Desert lies mostly in state of Rajasthan. Rajasthan covers 70% of desert. Therefore, the state is also known as the Desert State of India. The Thar Desert stretches from the Rann of Kutch in Gujarat to the borders of Haryana. It is located towards the west of northern plains and is surrounded by the Aravalli Hills toward the southeast. It covers mostly the western part of Rajasthan and so is also known as the Western Desert. The land in the Thar Desert is sandy and rocky. It is covered with large sand dunes. When the wind blows, the sand blows along with it, resulting in massive sandstorms. Hot, dry winds are common in the desert. Since vehicular transport is hindered due to the shifting sands, people use camel as a transport. Camel is known as the ship of the desert. This animal is ideally suited for living in the desert. Its broad, padded feet help it to walk without food and water for many days. This helps in travel in the desert. Earlier, people used to travel in a line on camels. Such a line was called a karwa. But this whole stretch is not totally dry. In some places, we can find small springs that bring the underground water to the surface. A small lake seems to form around these springs. So the sandy soil becomes fertile and lots of trees come up around this area. Such an area is called an oasis or plural oasis. The oasis was the area where travelers would stop to rest and fill up their drinking water. Slowly people began to build houses and live around the oasis. Now a number of cities have developed around the numerous oases. Climate, vegetation and water. The desert region receives very little rainfall. Some areas do not receive rain for years together. River Luni flows through the region but it does not have much water throughout the year. During the day the sand gets extremely heated while it cools down very fast at night. This results in hot days and cold nights. Also the summers are very hot here while the winters get extremely cold. The harsh climate and scarcity of water make it difficult for the plants to grow in the desert. Mainly thorny shrubs and bushes that can grow in such conditions are found here. Also plants such as cactus, babool and kikar that do not require much water to grow well here. However, there are some areas in the desert where oases are found. An oasis is an area in the desert where underground water comes to the surface and flows as a stream. These are fertile areas and most villages in the desert are situated around these areas. Date, palm trees and other crops are grown in these areas. Wildlife. Due to the Thar Desert is home to several species of reptiles. Animals like the black buck, Indian wild ass and the Indian gazelle are found here. The desert is also home to large number of birds like peacock, great Indian bustard and spotted flycatcher. Many desert animals have light-colored fur, which helps to keep them cool. There are several national parks in the Thar Desert area. Solving water problems. We have already read how the local governments look after places and people in different parts of India. In the desert areas of Rajasthan, the government has built the Indira Gandhi Canal to provide better water facilities. The canal gets its water from the river Satluj and its tributaries. The water is used for both household and farming activities. It has helped farmers to grow crops such as jowar, bajra, maize, barley and wheat. Drainage. Rajasthan receives very little rainfall. There is acute shortage of water in the state. People use water from wells and tanks to irrigate their lands. Some parts of Rajasthan are irrigated by the Indira Gandhi Canal, one of the biggest canal projects in India. It starts from the river Satluj and ends near Jaisalmer. Way of life. The towns and villages in this desert region have grown around the few water sources that exist here. Jaipur, Jaisalmer, Jodhpur, Bikaner and Udaipur are some important cities. Ranthambore, Bharatpur and Sariska are important wildlife sanctuaries located in the region. In the villages, people grow a few crops. They keep goats, camels and cattle. Because of lack of water and vegetation, some people move from place to place instead of settling in one particular area. They are called banjaras or nomads. The camel carva is a common sight in the desert. It is a long chain of camels and people on the move from one place to another. Camels are very helpful in desert. At times, camels' carts are used as means of transport. Camels can survive without food and water for many days. Their padded feet help them to walk easily on the desert sand. Also, camels provide milk and camel hair is used for making clothes. Houses and clothes. Houses in the desert are designed to keeping the weather conditions in mind. They have flat roofs. As there is hardly any rainfall, the walls are thick to keep the heat out. The windows are small. Houses usually have a well or underground tank to store water. The strong forts in many of the towns and cities tell us about the past. Houses of rich merchants called havelis too can still be seen. Jaisalmer in fact is famous for its numerous havelis. These have beautiful designs on the walls, ceilings and windows. The people of Rajasthan love to wear colorful dresses. Men wear dhoti kurta and colorful turbans. The pagri or turban helps to keep the heat away. They also wear embroidered angrak or achkan. Women dress up in ghagra choli and odhni. They also love to wear large silver jewelry and white bangles. Their bright colorful dresses cheer up the dry brown desert. Handcrafts, fairs, folk dances and music. The desert is famous for its handicraft. Many kinds of camel hair products are made. Wood and stone work is also very popular. While life in the desert is tough and harsh, the people there are hardworking and fun-loving. There are many folk tales and legends about the bravery of the people of the desert. Many annual fairs are held here. During the Kapil Muni fair at Kolyat, Bikaner, people take a dip in the Kolyat lake. A cattle fair is organized at the time of the Kapil Muni fair. In fact, cattle fairs are popular throughout the state. They take place at Pushkar and Jaisalmer as well. People come with their best cattle and camels. There are all kinds of other events organized around the fair. These include folk dances and music. Life is difficult in the desert. However, this does not mean the deserts are not interesting places. They have their own beauty which attracts people from around the world. They enjoy visiting the beautiful spots, meeting the fun-loving people, and eating the special